this is the Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. Today I'm going to show you how to make another Thanksgiving side dish. This is a mushroom sausage stuffing. Sausage mushroom stuffing, however you want to use it. It's the same ingredients. I used, you can use any kind of breakfast sausage you want. You can use any kind of sausage you want. Okay, the thing about this stuffing in general, put whatever you like in it, except for chocolate. Don't put chocolate. Unless you want chocolate, put chocolate. But I usually use just regular Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage, which is fine. But lately I've been using the sage sausage. Sage. Need I say more? So this is actually pretty quick. And if you're a new cook and a newlywed and you're just, this is your first Thanksgiving, this is going to be an easy one to put on your plate because it really is simple and so versatile. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just gonna cook the sausage. You know this part, right? It's just heat and smash. You want to brown it and pull off the fat because we are going to use that delicious grease. Okay, so we got it brown. There may be a couple of pieces that are still pink. I'm not going to worry about it because we're not done with it. So I'm just going to take the meat off the heat. Everything gets done in one pot, one pan. So the flavors just keep getting built up. I'm going to ask you a question, and before we get to the answer, in the comments below, tell me what you think the answer is. Okay, here's the question. At Thanksgiving, what is the most purchased item in the grocery store? What is the biggest seller in the grocery store? Let me know what you think it is. Okay, I'm going to saute some mushrooms and some onions. Oh, I turned that off. Let's go on low. So I'm going to saute the vegetables. The mushrooms I chopped up really small, not tiny. They're going to get so small, later. So I don't want them too tiny, but I definitely want them. I want them small. And for this, it's going to be a pretty low sodium stuffing. You adjust that however you need to. For this, I'm only going to put the salt in with the mushrooms because I want the salt to pull the water out. And I am going to do them separately. So first the mushrooms. And just a touch of salt. The salt will pull, like I said, it'll pull the moisture out of the mushrooms. And then it'll give me mushroom juice. Okay, so I want these just coated in the butter and the fat from the sausage. So everything is just coated. It's going to go on low, and then it's going to get covered. And I'm going to let this do most of the work. Okay, we got a lot of juice. That's what we want. Okay, so this goes into the bowl. Doing it by layers really, it highlights every individual ingredient. So like these right here are ready to go just as a side dish. So you know that they're already tasty. Now when I saute mushrooms, I do a lot more things with it. But this is definitely delicious. Okay. Okay, in the same pot, and don't bother washing it because we kind of want all those flavors together. We're going to saute the onions and the celeries. And I'm not going to add carrots to my stuffing, but I definitely want the mirepoix, which is, they call it the Holy Trinity, which is the onion, cilantro, wrong mirepoix, onion, celery, and carrots. It's a great base for any soups and stews. They just work perfectly together. So I got a cup of onions, a cup of finely chopped celery, and I'm going to add the carrots just like that. Like I said, I'm not going to put them in, but I definitely want the flavor that they bring. So this is going to be on low, and this is another one, just a tiny bit, really just a tiny bit of salt. This actually does come together quite fast. And for the record, you could do most of the stuff the night before, so that when it comes time, just pop it in the refrigerator and you're good, or in the oven, and you're good to go. So let this kind of saute. Oh, that smell. At this point, I'm going to add some chopped garlic. You want the onions translucent. They're almost there, but I'm still just going to pull flavors together. Okay, so I removed the carrots. That's beautiful. Now I'm going to add everything back in. You're going to get a lot of juice from both of the sausage and the mushrooms. So I've got about a tablespoon of rosemary and a tablespoon of thyme. Oh, that smell. All right, I'm gonna let them hang out for a bit, and we're almost done. So though I am gonna monitor the salt, only because the people at the table, you don't really know what their limitations are, I'm not gonna limit the pepper. Okay. For this particular one, I'm just going to use the the packaged stuffing cubes. But you do what you want. Strange enough, I went to the store and they didn't have a day-old bread rack. I never realized that. I didn't know that, but I didn't know that. Maybe they was just not there today. All right, so I've got, let's see, what do I got? I got about 4 cups of broth. I don't think I'm going to use it all, but I'm going to use at least, well, there's 2. Last thing you want is a dry stuffing. And whether you put it in the bird, which is going to really keep it moist because it's got all the bird juices, that's going to help. Or if you're going to put it in a casserole dish. I tend to do both, primarily because I don't think there's a bird alive with a cavity this big. We've always had birds that were no smaller than 25 pounds, but then we fed an army, so that's different. All right, I'm gonna put in another cup. And then I'm gonna simmer it for about 3 to 5 minutes. After this, I'm gonna transfer it to a baking dish because I do want it baked. Okay, so before I actually transfer it to the dish, because that's all I'm gonna do to it, unless it needs something else for me, and it just might, so. Nope. Oh, that is so good. So good. All right. In a minute or two, I'm going to transfer this and then we'll bake it. Okay, now I could have kept it in here, but there's just something about the baked casserole that I really like. So let me just scoop this in. And like I said, there is enough for your bird and for your casserole. I really wish you can smell this. I really wish you could come over for Thanksgiving. All right, let me just put this in. Okay, that actually all fit in here. Now, I'm gonna top it off with some more liquid. Not a lot, but I'm gonna, maybe about half a cup. All right. Okay, I'm gonna cover it with foil. I'm gonna put this on a baking dish because I'm gonna seam it like this, run it across. Hopefully that'll keep the steam and the juices from overflowing. But I just cleaned my oven. I'm not looking to make a mess. So it's gonna go in the oven like this for 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna take this off and pick up the heat. So 30 minutes on 350. I'm gonna take off the foil, put the heat to 400 for about 10 to 15 minutes to get a little crust on top. Okay, so that smells so freaking good. So now you can stop at this point right here. If you're the guest and you're taking the stuffing, you can stop there, put it in the refrigerator the night before, so you can save a little time. You probably want it baked already. Anytime you take a baked side dish, especially for Thanksgiving, it's best not to try to use their oven because it's going to be going for many other things. So if you can take it baked already, you're ahead of the game. So do that. There was something I was going to tell you. I don't remember. Who's surprised? Anyway, so a lot of this stuff you can do ahead of time. You can do the mushrooms, the onions. You can do all those things separately, like a day ahead of time. Put them in the refrigerator. Put them in a Ziploc bag and let them keep the juices in it and let them sit until it's time to put everything together. There's a lot of stuff that you can do at Thanksgiving that's going to save your rump and your headache. So, all right. So it's going to cook. Oh, the answer to that question, what did you think? Did you get it right? Butter. Butter, butter, butter. How do I know this? Because I myself put it in every dish I make for Thanksgiving. By the way, and that's not an official, that's my guesstimate. That's not an official poll anywhere. There may be somewhere, it may be right, but I'm just saying, that's where I'm putting my money. So below are a couple of videos that you really want to check out for Thanksgiving. How to make flawless gravy, and it's so delicious. And then how to make mashed potatoes. They're so creamy. I'm telling you, my family, when I make my mashed potatoes, I really gotta load up because they love it the next day and the day after that. So that's good, right? Okay, so it's gonna bake and I'll be back to show you the finished work. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven. Look at that, it's so beautiful. Look at those. And the smell. All right, I'm just gonna give a quick little kind of move it around a bit. And then I'm gonna put it back in the oven at 400 for about 10 minutes. I want a little bit of crispness on the outside. That's it, baby. What I did was, after I took the foil off, I took it out of the oven, I took the foil off, and then I put it in the broiler instead. I got my mix-ups. So I put it in the broiler for about 3 minutes. I just wanted to get some crust and crunch on the top. That's it. This is a beautiful and delicious side dish. And it doesn't have to be for Thanksgiving, my goodness. We're having it tonight. Yay! If stuffing is not your thing, this may be the game changer for you. So I'm just gonna scoop up a little bit of that. I want you to see how moist that is. Ooh. And hot, and hot. It is hot. Okay, you gotta admit, there are perks to being the cook in the house, right? This should be just kind of like dabbled on onto your neck for perfume because it smells so good. Okay. This might show off the turkey. Oh man. Winner, winner, turkey dinner, baby. Give this a shot. And if not for Thanksgiving, then just for like dinner tomorrow. Cut the ingredients in half because this made a portion, which I kind of like. Because there's family around now, so I get to go share this stuff, which makes me happy. All right, my friends. Until next time, happy baking. Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.